Hey everybody. Today, Rahdo runs down Chivalry, which is a rondel-style game where 2 to 5 players are apprentices trying to master the 8 virtues of knighthood. And the way it works is, on your turn, you have a choice of 3 actions. You can rest, which means your whole turn will be spent just drawing back 2 more knight cards, which is not a very good use of your turn. You don't want to be stuck doing that. More often, you are going to play one of these knight cards, either strength, charm, or wisdom. You see I've got one of each of the basics, or one of your precious gold, and that's going to let you move a certain number of steps around the kingdom, or this randomly generated rondel. So let's say right off the bat, I'll go on ahead and exercise some charm. So I put it here in my charm department, where my current value is 5. As part of setup, each player had to set their 3 dice for strength, charm, and wisdom to a total of 15. So I chose 5, 5, 5, whereas Jen went 4, 5, 6. So I'm using charm. Because my charm has a value 5, I will move 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You always go clockwise around the rondel. Now, I've landed over here in an uncharted territory, which means I reveal it. And as a bonus for revealing, I get a free knight card. Hooray! It's some more strength. So yeah, I reveal this, and it is the armory. Okay, now I can use this power, which is a very nice one. This one lets me turn any of my dice to any value I want. And I think with that in mind, I would go on ahead and turn my strength from a 5 to a 1. Yes, that is perfect for reasons that will become clear in a second. And that was my turn. It is now Jen's turn. And, oh wait, no. In a 2-player game, there's an extra step that happens. There is a third dummy knight. Every turn where a player moves, they then have to move the knight 1 to 6 spaces, their choice. Beginning of the game, I don't really have any place to move him. What the heck, I will go on ahead and move him right there. So now, that means if Jen were to come here, I would get a card for free. If I go here, Jen would get a card for free. So he's kind of a light blocker to kind of tighten the board up a little bit. Later on, if you can anticipate where you think your opponent's going to go, you want to move that knight to that space to make it a little bit more to your benefit for them to do what they want. Anyway, though, that was my turn. It's Jen's turn. She has plenty of cards. She's got her 2 gold to begin with, plus charm. Oh my gosh, 4 charms and a strength. Well, let's see here. That's not so bad. She'll go on ahead and start playing some charm, which will let her go 1, 2, 3, 4. She gets a card for revealing a new tile, and it is the inn. Okay, so the inn basically lets you re-roll one of your dice twice. So, as you can imagine, the armory is certainly a better place to go. You get to pick what you want, whereas the inn, you've got to roll. But you know what? You can't always get where you want to go because of how you're going to be limited with the moving. So Jen has to decide. Now, she doesn't have to do this. If you choose not to use the power of where you are, instead, you get another card. I think Jen's happy with her values right now. She'll just take another card. Thanks very much. Okay, so that was Jen's turn. And what did she get? She got some charm. More charm! She is definitely a Prince Charming. Although, right. So it's my turn now. Now, the other thing you can do, you can either rest or you can move. Oh, wait. Oh, Jen had to move somewhere. Let's say Jen's just going to have him move there. Arbitrarily. Again, once more spaces have been revealed, there'll be more interesting choices to make for him to be a quasi-blocker. So it's my turn again. I could play another card to go on a gallivanting around the map and reveal things and get certain powers. Usually these powers let you get more cards or manipulate your dice so you have more control of going where you want. The third thing you can do is promote yourself. You can see there are 5 randomly drawn cards here. Valor, humility, compassion, spirituality, sacrifice. This one's a double. Honesty or compassion. If you can create a circumstance where you have what these cards call for, your whole turn can be spent claiming one. To get this Valor card, I need to have played a card to one of my dice with a value 5, which I've done, and I need to play a card to one of my dice where I've played a value, or one of my 1 dice where I played a card. So if I play a strength card, I'll be set up to get this Valor card next turn. So that means I want to exercise some strength, which I happen to have. I will do that. That means I'm going to move 1 space, and hey, I get a card for revealing a new zone, and it is the arena. Ooh, this is one of the interactive spaces. Here, again, I don't have to do this, but if I want, I can designate a color, red, green, or blue, or the strength, charm, or wisdom, and then all players have to re-roll, including myself. So if I can see what Jen is going for, like Jen's got something on this 4, which isn't actually even anything she's going for. I don't know that Jen, that I don't know that Jen has nothing but charm. But if I could see that Jen was getting close to achieving one of these goals, I could force her to re-roll. But as it is, I don't really know what she wants. So instead of doing that, and I'm happy with my values. Yeah, although I wouldn't mind changing this 5. I've got a 5. To get justice, I need a 5, a 2, and a 1. So I am going to declare re-roll. At the arena, we have a wisdom off. Everybody re-roll your green dice. So Jen ended up with a 4. Oh my gosh, I ended up with a 2. That's exactly what I need. I've got a 5, a 2, and a 1. Now I just got to get a card played here, and I could get justice or humility. Nice. All right, so anyway, that was my turn. And once again, I've got to move. This is a nice place. I don't want Jen to be able to go there. Although Jen couldn't anyway because she doesn't have a 1. She can go 1, 2, 3, 4. She could go there or there. So what the heck? I'll put the knight right there, which means that kind of limits Jen. If she goes there, I'll get a bonus. And I can see she's likely to go there. So what is Jen going to do? Well, let's see. Again, she's got lots of charm and strength. Strength would let her go 5. So I think she'll play that. Boom, which makes her go 1, 2, 3. Oh, oops, no, here was the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she just avoided my black knight. Alrighty. She gets a card for revealing the firm. Okay, this is an interesting one. Over here, Jen has a choice. She can do this twice. She can discard any one of the cards from her hand to raise the value of one of her dice by 2, or she can draw a card to lower her value of her dice. So, again, this game is all about doing 2 things. Trying to manipulate the dice so it matches these things, and then trying to get the right cards played in front of them so we can claim these things, because this is a race. In a 2-player game, once 8 cards have been claimed, that triggers the end. And whoever has the most unique virtues is the winner. So you're constantly trying to go for virtues you don't already have, but sometimes I don't care if I already know spirituality, I'm just trying to trigger the end of the game because I'm in the lead right now, and it's a card that I can actually grab, or it's a card that would be unique to my opponent, and I don't want them to grab it, and I've got the 2 and the 6. But anyway, so that was Jen's turn. It's my turn again. I could go for justice, but this turn, I am going to say I am claiming valor. I've got the 5 and the 1. I played a card in both of them. That means these cards have to get spent. They are discarded, and I've got my first of the 8 virtues I'm going for. With more players, you go for fewer. And that was my whole turn. I didn't move. I didn't activate. And when you don't move in a 2-player game, the dummy player doesn't go. And now there's spiritual. Ooh, this is an interesting one. All you gotta do to get this one is just discard 4 cards from your hand. Jen has all this charm that she doesn't want to play. I think for her turn, she'll go on ahead and discard all and get the spirituality or the valor right away. But before that happens, I forgot. Every time we go up a rank, we climb on this rank chart, and you get a special bonus. The first time, you just get another card. The second time, you reclaim one of your gold. The third time, you get to spend 3 on dice by increasing values, and so on as it goes up and up. What's that about gold? Well, it's one thing I haven't mentioned. If I play gold instead of strength, charm, or valor, I can move any number of steps I want. But the problem is there are only 2 gold for me in the game. Although sometimes, there might be cards that need me to get gold played and then discarded. You can see there's a lot of different things you can get. This one means I gotta... Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. This one means I gotta give up one of my gold that I played. This one means I've got to give up a gold that I played. To earn this honor, I would need to have played, I'd have a 5, I played a card there, and I played a gold, because when I cash in that gold, it comes over here. The only main way for me to get gold back is not to travel around the kingdom, but say if I had a 2, I could go 1, 2, stop in the castle, this lets me change some dice, and get one of those gold back. And those gold can be very, very valuable, because they let you go exactly where you need to go. But once you've played your 2 gold, it's going to be a while before you get them back. And that is the rundown, folks, on Chivalry. It's a very fast, very clever, straightforward rondel-style game. I really, really like the core puzzle of this. That tension of playing cards to move to the zone I need to go to do whatever I need to do, but also wanting to play cards to fulfill the correct requirements for whatever type of virtue I'm going for, because I'm trying to get the most unique virtues possible. It's not just a matter of grabbing cards as fast as you can, but grabbing the right cards. And then on top of that, worrying about where your opponents are, because if they're in the place where you want to go, well, I don't want to go there right now because I don't want to give them extra cards that could give them a leg up. Free cards. I mean, that is the main currency of this game, these knightly cards. So the core puzzle is very sharp, really kind of unique. I haven't seen anything quite like it. This kind of push and pull with all these different things you have to take into consideration with every single card you play. That said, I'll be honest, I'm really not that crazy about the two-player implementation of this dummy player. For us, we found it kind of slows down the game. Like, okay, wait a minute. All right, so now I got to decide where he's going to go. What is it you're trying to do? Oh, I see you're trying to go for that. All right, well, I'll go ahead and put it over there because that's probably the best way you have of manipulating the dice to do what you need to do. And yeah, and it got a little fatiguing. I appreciate the fact that the developers tried to tighten the board up a bit and and emulate that higher player count. But for us, I think this is going to be one of those games that you're going to be better off playing at a higher player count. Because if there's a really good space out there, like I said, the armory, change any die to anything you want. That's going to be one where players are often going to be wanting to go, and so it becomes much more interesting that I want to go there this go around, but I don't want to give all of my opponents an extra card in a two-player game. That tension just really doesn't exist very much, and I think that would really kind of amp up the excitement level. But otherwise, that is the rundown, folks, for Chivalry. Again, a clever core puzzle, but maybe better with more than two, although I can't say because I haven't tried it. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, we weren't big fans of the fact that every time you play, as part of setup, you put in two tiles that have kind of aggressive take that elements, like forcing players to re-roll or stealing cards. That really didn't sit well with us. I didn't really feel the game needed it, but for people who like that kind of interaction, it definitely has it. Anyway, folks, thanks very much for watching. Have a very, very nice day. Talk to you later. So long. Bye-bye.